It is nighttime, and we are live outside at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape, Terrence Bud Crawford. And standing across the ring from him, perhaps the greatest to ever do it, Sugar Ray Robinson. Doesn't have an out. And here he is in the...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner,
they'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many...
These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. That jab doesn't score. He misses with that jab. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. This fight was so big an arena couldn't contain it. We're fighting underneath the stars, and what a main event this should be.
It's been a long, long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been out in the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense of it, it's nighttime now. They're waiting for the big fight. There's a lot of pressure on these fighters' shoulders to get that job done and perform.
Good-looking jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter shot. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice slip to avoid the jab. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think.
On to the second round. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
The perfect counter lands. Can't land that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That punch lands. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. That jab doesn't find a home. Good defense on that right hook. Punch, counter punch. That counter shot lands. Good counter punching. Those counter punches have to hurt. There's a counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Nice counter punch right up the middle. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next. On to the third. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Perfect counter shot. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Another scoring shot there. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He threw a punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
How about that technique on that headshot? Let's see it again and appreciate it more.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
It's all offense all the time. Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. Beautiful counterpunch. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped twice.
Come on.
And there's the bell to start round 4. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Well done with that counter shot. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
They block the uppercut. And he scores with the counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't find a home for that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
That counter punch caught him clean. And down goes Crawford. And as we see it again, there's no way to get up when you get clipped with a shot like that.
Even I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knock.